Okay, guys. So, oh my goodness, look at my hair. So for this is not for com giving. This is for the culture proof. So the question I received was, when are you more than a worker? And the answer is and this touches upon the importance of like managing your life, having a life, knowing how the world kind of works. Because a worker knows their way around the inside of a company, right? But say an executive, the higher you go up on the chain, you you know your way around sort of like the bigger world. And I am not talking about backpacking. I am not talking about like independent travel or passing out after drinking or anything. I'm not talking about stupid shit like that. I'm talking about like you know how like say it doesn't matter what kind of company. Maybe it's a private commercial company, but you know how hospitals work. You know how insurance policies work. You know how like bank lending works. So let's say your company needs to like send like tons of packages. You know how the postal service work, how the delivery service company works. So you know your way around the world. Let's say an employee gets hurt. You know how the law works. You kind of know. So having a life, actually makes helps you move up in the world, helps you move up inside the company because workers are trained to know their system, right? So let's say you work on assembly line, you might work with robotics, but if you don't have that general knowledge about robotics, you can only work there because if you go somewhere else, it might be totally different, right? And the way things are nowadays, um, because employment is so hard to get, people employers want people who are already trained on their system, and yet different employers will have different systems, right? So you need the general education, right, about electronics or about robotics or about administration, but then you also need the different specific training like Salesforce or Outlook or project and stuff like that. And then on top of that, once stuff leaves your office, you gotta know what happens to it out there in the bigger world. So having a life does help improve your like doing this stuff, taking care of my house, talking to maybe like the building management, talking to the bank, or if I get toothache, taking care of myself, right? It translates when you're inside the office because these problems happen to like human resources, computing systems, all sorts of stuff, right? You're just a smarter person in general, and so that's how. And as you can see, a lot of it comes with age, right? Like who needs like a lot of insurance or whatever unless you're an old person. So a lot of it comes with age. A lot of it comes with like being responsible, paying your bills and stuff. Because then you know your way around the payment system and all that stuff, like bills and collections and and all that stuff. And you're just less intimidated, like by things at work. You don't want to be. It's not. The problem is not being a specialist. You know, the problem is being just to that company. So that's when you can expand your skill set beyond being just a worker. Specialist is fine, Like say you take a retail, there's specialists. There's the sales, but then there's the merchandiser, there's the manager, there's the buyer, all that stuff, right? They're specialists, but they can take their skill anywhere because they know their way around outside the store. Outside the store, they know their way around to other stores. That's how you do it. So obviously, this talks for both young people and old people. See you guys later. And look at my hair, eh? some people say the shaggy look is not bad, but I don't know. I'm not Keanu Reeves. I like to be all formal all the time. I'm not Keanu Reeves. I'm more like John Wick. Yeah, like that. Cool.